Welcome back to Leaders Whiteboard channel. Today is our third session and we are going to discuss why do you want to be a leader? To start on the why part, let's first revisit what we discussed in our last session. What are some of the options for a senior software engineer, someone relatively experienced as an individual contributor and looking forward to their career growth options or the next steps? So let me share my screen and go from there. All right. So you'll see what we discussed is that a senior software engineer can either choose the track of technical leadership as an individual contributor, continue as individual contributor, or they can choose the track for people management, like engineering manager. Now, this is something we assumed that any senior software engineer with sufficient experience can go. However, I'd like to discuss a little bit with you that there are some known debates in this area. So the industry is divided into two major opinions here. So one group of people, and I'm included in that, think that anyone can be a leader. Maybe for some people to be a leader, they'll need some more time. But eventually anyone can get there if they work hard, try to learn, have enough dedication, do all the hard work, and so on. It's not impossible for anyone, that's the point. But there is a second group of people in the industry who think that leadership people acquire by born, and then definitely they shape it up, they improve it over time. But many of the people leaders that we are seeing are actually naturally born leaders or natural leaders. And for someone who's not, it's very difficult or impossible for them to be a successful leader. So it's a second camp of people, and I'm not part of that camp, but I understand why they think so. So irrespective of that, for today's session, we will assume you are in a position where you have a choice. You can make a choice that whether you want to go to continue to grow on the technical leadership individual contributor track, or you want to move to people management track. If that is your situation, just because you have an option or you can go to engineering management or people management, I would argue that that should not be your default path to take. Instead, you need to think a little bit of why you want to move into people management or people leadership. And that will be our main discussion in today's session. When it comes to common reasons why people want to be a leader or want to move into management roles, you will hear something like desire to make a difference, passion to develop others, or to solve complex challenges or influence decision-making, legacy building, personal growth, drive organizational success, model the right behavior, expand impact, inner calling, and so on. So there are a lot of literature around it, but I haven't found anything very well structured or properly delivered apart from one book that I want to discuss with you today. The name of the book is The Motive, and the author is Patrick Lencioni. So Patrick Lencioni is a guru management consultant in San Francisco Bay Area. He has been in this industry for like 25, 30 years now, very renowned, respected author. He has written more than 20 books right now. And I like his reasoning style, his communication style, his way of putting things into a structure. He is famous for many different books. I think the most well-known one is The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, that many people read it. It is very well well received, and he wrote it like 20 years, more than 20 years back. So anyway, this is one book about 3.5 years back he wrote, is that what should be the motive that people should move into management or leadership. So here is that book, The Motive. So here the author gave a fable, like a story. Through story, he tried to actually tell us his theory, or why people should be moving to leadership. The story is about two rival companies and two CEOs. One company is making good progress in Southern California in their business, and a similar sized another company is in a more stagnant position. So one of the difference between these two companies are their CEOs. And what the author showed in this book is that's because the company that's doing good, the motive or why the CEO is leading that company is more responsibility-centric, or that leader is you can say, servant leader, what we often call, versus in the other company that's a little bit stagnant, there the CEO is a reward-centric leader, or they are not a servant leader. So Patrick wanted to say that there are two major reasons why people become leader. The major why. One is to gain reward or reap on their earlier success. So they think their leadership is a reward that they are getting for the hard work they have done in the past, versus, and them they call, Patrick is calling them reward-centric leader, versus there is another group who take the leadership role to serve others, to take more responsibility, to make impact. They are not taking it as a reward, but they are taking it as a better way or a bigger way to make impact, to serve others, to take responsibility of others. What we often call servant leader. So reward-centric leader and servant leader. And he demonstrated what are the problems of reward-centric leadership and what are the advantages of servant leadership. So one of the way he demonstrated is by showing 5 omissions or 5 problems that reward-centric leaders create in an organization, or how they hamper an organization. So let's take a quick look at those 5 omissions of a reward-centric leader. And through these 5 omissions, he is actually trying to tell us why we should decide to be a leader. When we decide to be leader, we have to make sure we don't fall prey of these 5 omissions, so that we take these things seriously. We don't avoid what a reward-centric leader avoids, that we will see. So what does a reward-centric leader avoid? So the first thing you will see them doing is that they avoid developing the leadership team. They don't want to put effort in cultivating a cohesive leadership team. What does it mean? You'll see often people will say, oh, I have hired smart engineers or smart leaders. I don't have to babysit them. I don't have to coach them. They know what's best for the project or for the team. Let them, I just hire the right people and let them work on it. That is avoiding a key responsibility of a leader. Why you want to be a leader is you develop people, let them work as a team. This is your job as a people manager, as a people leader. You cannot say that this is not my job. My job as a CEO or a leader is to look at the project and not the people. So this is something a reward-centric leader tries to avoid, but a servant leader will always try to work with the people that in the team and try to develop them and make them work together. It's not just individually working them, individually growing them, but let them work together. So this is what we call developing the leadership team. A second thing closely related that a reward-centric leader will try to avoid is managing their direct reports, managing subordinates. Like they go for passive management or avoidance of direct report supervision. Again, the idea is that, well, why do I have to manage them? They are smart people. Let them figure out what they want to do. But as a leader or as a manager, we are supposed to manage, direct, grow the people who we are supervising. We are supervisors from home. This is our responsibility. This may be painful, but a servant leader has to take this responsibility. A reward-centric leader will try to avoid this pain. No, they will say no. People will say, I'm a micromanager. I don't want to manage them closely and so on. So you don't have to be a micromanager. However, you have to manage people. That's part of your job description as a leader. No, under managing or not managing is worse than micromanaging. So you always want to have a right balance. No, don't micromanage, but don't undermanage either. But according to Patrick Lencioni, if you cannot do the right balance, it's better to tweak in favor of micromanagement than in favor of undermanagement. The undermanagement is so bad, like you are not doing your job. This is your job description. You are not doing this, managing your people, directing them, growing them. That's to be in the safe side. If you have to pick between the two evils, pick micromanagement. That Patrick is so strong about this idea. The third thing, which is very important, is having difficult conversations. This is something, again, reward-centric leaders will avoid. Like, why do I have, they will be dodging uncomfortable, although crucial discussions. It's like, no, okay, let it go. They are already doing good, or they're trying best. Oh, I don't want to get into confrontation and so on. But being part of leader means you will have to have difficult conversations every once in a while. If someone is not performing well, you have to tell them how you can help them to perform well. But first you have to tell them you're not performing well, or you didn't do that right. I want to see an improvement in you. And these are sometimes hard conversations, embarrassing conversations. There may be confrontations. Your direct reports will push back, challenge you. Why do you think so? Show me example, and so on. And a servant leader will take this pain on themselves and explain them and guide them and direct them and grow them. A reward-centric leader will not do that. They will go the easy route because it's painful. Why should I go there? Things are running well. Let me just go with that. So we cannot do that. If this is your attitude, you want to avoid difficult conversations, then no. Maybe the people leadership is not the right track for you. The fourth one is running great team meetings. So often people say, oh, meetings are bad, and meetings, they don't like meetings, they dislike meetings very much. They undermine this, like undermining the importance of productive team interactions. A reward-centric leader may easily avoid this painful running the meetings job once in a while. But a servant leader will take that pain and they will run great team meetings. That's one. And then finally, another thing a reward-centric leaders will try to do is avoid communicating constantly and clearly. They demonstrate failure to ensure transparent and regular communications. They think that, oh, why should I constantly repeat the same thing? People will be frustrated with the repetition and so on. But one of the things we leaders have to do is to make impact, broader impact at a larger scale, is constantly remind our audience or our team or people that you have to do this ABC and don't shy of repeating. In fact, there is a saying that if the leadership is not repeating a message for at least 7 times, the people may think that leadership is not really serious about it. They are just giving a lip service. So repetition is very important. And a servant leader will take that pain on themselves and do that. So now, going back to our original question, why you want to be a leader? That will be, you want to be a leader not because you want to reap the reward of being a leader, but actually to serve. That should be the right mental attitude to be a leader. If you don't have that attitude, if you're thinking that I have worked hard and as a prize for that, I should be promoting to this management role, I'll be getting maybe more financial benefits and so on. That's the wrong motive and wrong reason to be a leader. And if you are a leader for the wrong reason or wrong motive, it will show up in your decisions, in your day-to-day work, which will impact the team and will impact the overall business. So that's why you should think clearly, think deeply before you think leadership is your forte. This is the route you really need to go, because leadership is not easy. It involves a lot of sacrifice, personal sacrifice, a lot of dedication, hard work, facing embarrassing situations, not avoiding these 5 behaviors that reward-centric leaders do. So what do you think, why you want to be a leader? Do you want to be a leader to get the reward, or do you want to be a leader to serve? Or do you have any other ideas? Why do you want to be a leader? Please share your thoughts and comments in this YouTube channel's comment section. Also, please like this video and subscribe so that when I upload a new video, you get automatically notified. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in our next session. Bye.